You're listening to RHR Talks, the podcast where the RHR team talks all things recruitment and advertising. We're going to be covering various topics on which we're regularly asked by candidates and hiring managers and offering our industry insight, which we hope you'll find useful, whether you're looking for that next opportunity or just to find the best talent. This is actually a really exciting episode because we've got two guests on the show today, and it's two members of our business who've been around for quite a little time, and they are from the Together Communications side of the business. And in-house recruiters will have exactly the same struggles as we will.
Yeah, and that's why we always say, like, we can help plan your advertising in a way that the applications you are getting will be relevant and, you know, you are getting a good return on investment, and it doesn't actually cost the client any money to come to us and get advice. So I think it is a no-brainer having an advertising agency on site. What other services can we talk about? PR?
PR is actually quite a good one. It's something we don't really speak about that much, but it is. I think when you find the larger companies we work with who have their own in-house PR team to help out, but with the smaller companies don't have a PR team, it's quite. They could say, do you know what? We made a mistake here. We put a rogue advert out there that we shouldn't have. It's got into the wrong hands. Then our PR team can really just jump in there straight away, deflect the problem before it becomes mass scale. And try and make things right without it escalating, going to newspapers and becoming a big deal. If we
almost links with employer brand, because I wasn't as aware, if I'm honest with you, that you guys offered that service. So that's something that's really worth shouting out about.
It's like a little secret weapon service, because actually clients might not necessarily need it, but if there ever becomes a point where, you know, you actually...
Well, they hope they don't need it.
Yeah, they hope they don't need it. But at the end of the day, advertising, you're putting words out into the world, and they can get into the wrong hands. They could be misconstrued, and it's just our little secret weapon if we ever need it, which I hope we don't.
Especially now more than ever, you have to be very careful of words and what you use. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And I definitely think PR is one of those services that no one realizes they need until they really need it and they're stuck.
Yeah.
Why would it make sense for a recruitment team to use Together versus perhaps the misconception that, well, we'll just do everything ourselves and we'll just post on our website and we post on the job board? What would you say the benefits are?
Time's a very key one. Do you know a recruiter's job is to recruit, not to manage job boards, go out there, do the initial planning of what's good and how do they know what's going to work and what's not. And for us, we're specialists in that area, so we can save them that time. We can take on that burden of going, do you know what, you stick to recruiting, we'll come back with you for all the stats, and this is where you should advertise, and this is the return you're going to get. I mean, how many recruiters get bombarded with sales calls daily? And actually they can refer them to us and we'll do all that for them. So time, definitely.
My one would be, it just makes sense to use an advertising agency, well, us in particular, because it doesn't actually cost them any extra money. So why would you not? In my head, it's kind of like a no-brainer, because we support you with your advertising. We help plan your strategies, and we go out there and we negotiate these deals for you, and it doesn't actually cost you any money. So why would you not?
Your clients don't actually pay you, which I found fascinating. So talk a little bit about how that works, because I feel like a lot of people don't know that.
No, so when we go out there and we negotiate deals with media and we buy, you know, your advertising space for you, you don't pay us for that at all. We get a commission off the media, and that's how we get paid. But we don't charge you to go out and do this research or buy the media. Some other agencies might. Sorry if you do, but we don't. Drop in the minute.